Hey guys, this is the first video to go over your study guide for your measurement test on Friday. So this video is just going to go over the first page of your study guide. So let's take a look at what we've got. You can see that your study guide starts off with the conversion chart. So you've got three sections. You've got a section for length, you've got a section for weight, and you've got a section for capacity. In these sections, you see that you've got both the customary units and the metric units. Customary, metric, customary, and metric. So everything that we have learned about converting measurements is here in this chart. And we're going to use this chart when answering the questions in our study guide. All right, so let's look at question number 1. Ashley needs 6 pints of paint. Which container is equal to 6 pints? So this is talking to me about pints, which I know is the customary unit for capacity. So I can go over here and I can use this, or I can also draw our land of gallon, which we learned that song for. So that's what I'm going to do because I like using that picture. So I'm going to sing our song. In the land of gallon, there lived 4 queens. Each and every queen had just 2 things, a prince and a princess to call their own, and each prince and princess had 2 children of their own. Each of the children were 8 years old, and that's the land of gallon, or so I've been told. All right, and that's going to equal 8 fluid ounces, because I ran out of room. I couldn't put my 8s inside there. All right, so I'm going to use this to help answer our question. So it says Ashley needs 6 pints of paint. All right, so I'm going to look here and I'm going to find my 6 pints of paint. So here's 1 pint, here's 2 pints, here's 3, here's 4, here's 5, and here's 6. So that's what Ashley has. All right, so it wants to know which container is equal to 6 pints. So let's look at what these containers have. All right, our first container has 1/3 of a gallon full. Our second container has half a gallon full. Our third container has 3/4 of a gallon full. And our fourth container has 1 whole gallon, or 1 gallon full. So I'm given my answers in gallons. So I'm going from pints to gallons. And I can see that I'm given my answers in fractions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to my picture and I'm going to go ahead and split it up like I've always done, right? We can split our gallon in half. And I can see that I have these 4 pints up here, so I have half a gallon, but then I also have these 2 pints down here. So I have more than half of a gallon. So I'm going to go over here and I know that I have more than 1/3 and I have more than 1/2. So I don't have either of those. I can also look and see that I don't have 1 full gallon because I'm still missing the last 2 pints. So I don't have 1 full gallon. So that leaves me with C, 3/4 of a gallon. And actually, if I were to divide my gallon up into 4 pieces, I see that I have 3 out of those 4 pieces. So my correct answer is C, 3/4 of a gallon full. Let's look at number 2. Maria's mom wants to fill a 2-gallon pitcher with lemonade. Which of the following measurements will fill the pitcher completely? Circle 2 answers. All right, so I'm talking about 2 gallons. So I've got 1 gallon here, so I can go ahead and I can quickly draw me another gallon. With my 2 pints, 4, 6, 8 pints, and in each pint I have 2 cups. All right, so before I even look at my answer, I'm just going to figure out what I have here. So I have 2 gallons. All right, well, let me see how many quarts I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I also have 8 quarts. Okay, well, let's see how many pints I have. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I have 16 pints, and let's go ahead and go all the way down to cups. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32. So I have 32 cups. All right, so I've done my conversions. Now I'm going to actually go and look and see what my answers are. All right, so which of the following measures will fill the pitcher completely? So I want it equal to that 2 gallon because I've got that 2 gallon pitcher. All right, well, 12 cups of lemonade. I'm going to go over here and I see, no, I have 32 cups to fill it up. So that's not going to be the right answer. 8 pints of lemonade. All right, well, I'm going to go over here. No, I need 16 pints of lemonade, so that's not going to fill it up. 8 quarts of lemonade. Let me go over here. Yes, 8 quarts is equivalent to 2 gallons, so that is going to be filling it up. 32 cups of lemonade. And I go over here and I see, yes, I have 32 cups in my 2 gallons, so that is also going to fill it up. It said circle 2 answers. I have circled 2 answers. I drew my pictures and I solved it out before I ever looked at my answer, so I know that these 2 must be the correct answer. Okay? All right, let's look at the next one. Which measure has the greatest capacity? The greatest capacity. Again, it's looking at my standard measurement, or my customary measurements. So I'm going to pull this back up. Okay? So let's see. We've got 3 quarts. So that's talking about 1, 2, 3. So that's pretty big. 5 pints. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that's smaller than 3 quarts, and I'm looking for the greatest capacity, so I'm going to go ahead and cross that one off. 10 cups. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that's still going to be 2 quarts and then half a quart. 3 quarts are still bigger, so I'm going to cross off 10 cups. And then half of a gallon. Well, half of a gallon is going to give me up here these 2. But 3 quarts is still bigger because 2 quarts is half a gallon, and I've got that extra quart. So half a gallon isn't going to be my answer. So my answer is 3 quarts. 3 quarts is bigger than any of those others. And I was able to figure that out by drawing my picture and looking at it. So A is the answer for 3. And number 4. A basketball player is 6 feet 11 inches tall. How tall is the basketball player in inches? All right, so finally we're moving away from capacity. I've got 6 feet 11 inches, and I'm trying to get to just inches. So I'm going from feet to inches. I'm going from big to small, so I'm going to need to multiply them all. I'm going from feet to inches, so I'm going to go up here, and I see that in 1 foot there are 12 inches. Big to small, multiply it all. I'm going to multiply it by 12. 6 times 12, I know my math facts, so I know that this equals 72. So in 6 feet, there are 72 inches. But I have to also remember that I have 11 inches because this person is 6 feet 11 inches tall. So I've got to take those 72 inches and I've got to add 11 more inches. So 2 plus 1 is going to give me 3. 7 plus 1 is going to give me 8. So my answer is 83 inches. And when I look, I have found that, oh, that is one of my answer choices, 83 inches. So C is the correct answer for number 4. So this video went over numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hopefully you got them all correct. If not, go back, try it again, rewatch this video, come ask me questions. Make sure you know what you're doing on this first page. Check out the next video for the next page of answers.